Kristin Kamato here. How are you doing? It is Postage Printable Release Day, which means it's the 15th of the month. Howdy and welcome in. Okay, this month's theme to go with the card kit earlier is called Lovely Lavender. I think you could probably pair a lot of these things together, but I thought I'd show you the one page before I cut it up. This is the extra one sheet. You could use that lovely postage die to go ahead and cut that up. You got some ephemera bits, if you will. So I'm going to be choppy all this up. Now this green portion here is from the extra 2 portion in the postage printable. I liked it so much I did a little editing and just copied a section down here. I will tell you, there's just a 2 sequences, bit of a line where it doesn't match up, but I don't care. I loved the light kind of sagey green color that this paper provided. I love the collage style of this. I wish I could do this more in person. This is very inspiring. But can you imagine if you had stamps of the hives and look, postage marks? I mean, perfect for postage printable release day. Jars of honey, sprigs of lavender. But lavender not in a lavender color because it's all monochromatic. Ooh, ooh, very inspiring. And look at the blobs of the color. I just love that. Love this sheet. This one's fun because yes, there's blobbies. Loving the blobbies. Look at the little honeycombs. The fun little cutesy bees. Oh, just make me some honey, would you? I mean, fun stuff. Okay, I'll come back at you with some projects once I get this all done. See you soon. Hi everybody, it's Kristin Kamato here. I finished my projects for the lovely lavender postage printable release. What might this purple ribbon? I found some. I didn't think I had any in my stash, but I sure found me some. This is from the Stamps of Life. While it may not be available, maybe you have some lovely lavender in your stash as well. I used some inks. Lovely Lavender by Gina K, as well as Wild Lilac and Jelly Bean Green. So here we go. Look at this. I have some sentiments left, and this is all the scraps that I have left. So what did I make? What did I make? Oh, indeed, indeed. Well, my mind got to thinking. I tend to make a lot of cards, right? Yes. What other stuff can I make with these printables? Well, remember for the grand Christmas one in July, I made a hot chocolate holder. Well, I continued that thought, but this time I made one with the lavender size. Now, I figured this way. Here's my props, if you will, that can go right inside. However you want to put them in there, and it could hold a couple tea bags. The sticks of honey or like the packets, you might be able to fit a few of them in there. It doesn't have to be this tea, of course. You know how that goes. You could put in any flavor of tea. I thought maybe something honey. Oh, look, I had another tea bag hanging out there. Okay. Something honey flavored or something floral or lavender, perhaps, if that's a thing with tea. It could be. Or maybe just something where it's a basic tea, but the colors might match. I figured that could be fun. I used the trick from Letty, like I did with the hot cocoa packets, of using a business size envelope, cut down, sealed, and then decorated the front and the back. The back, here's the sentiment wrapped in love and lavender. A little bit of that fun green paper that I'm just loving. And just a piece of lavender paper from my stash. That I figure you could write a nice little message on, and then this person could have a cute little holder for the goodies. And if the recipient is a folio maker, album maker, scrapbooker, well, they'll find definite ways to be able to keep and reuse this, I'm sure. So how fun is that? Okay, well, oh, quick note, this side is not ribbon, it is a sticker. I found in my stash these old sticker sheets from Current, way back in the day. Yep, Current was here in Colorado Springs. While they have a Current catalog and website, I don't think they have quite the paper crafting products that they used to. So this is kind of a lighter orange. Here's that orange I used for the border. This darker purple came in handy for some other cards that I used. And I think even I used some of this yellow. Yep, right there, some yellow. So I wanted to share with you that these printables can work wonderfully with products you already own in your stash. That's what's the best part. Okay, for this next little project that is not a card, remember this one from earlier in the year. What came up because we needed purse card, which I stuck a little mini card in at the time, but I made this for Craft Roulette. I will link you Linda Toman's video like I did for the Craft Roulette one, so you know how to make this. It started out with a 6x6 piece of paper, 6 inches that is, folded and creased correctly, a little piece of hook and loop or actual Velcro brand fastener. I suppose you could do a magnet too if you'd like. I liked, because I had this in my stash, just a way for a quick closure. You could do a tie or however you might be creative for that. And back in the day, this was a great one to be able to hold said tea bags. Okay, back to printable and tying it into current things. Here's the back side. So I made one. Got the ribbon here that I showed earlier. The back of the purse, same lavender paper that I used before. And whoopsie, here we go. I used one of the cutouts there on the piece that I had as ephemera. Again, that green paper. This purse closure, I used some of that sticker paper over a piece of copy paper just to give the 2 stickers and the piece just a little stability. Used my bone folder to help shape it, and because I only had the half piece of the closure left, that's what this one got. But you know what? It's temporary because it can still fit the little tea bags in there, or maybe lip balm or chocolate or whatever you might want to give. Wouldn't that be fun if you put some honey lozenges? Maybe someone's a little sicky, or they need to get better, or you know, it probably, I think these can fit about 5 comfortably, possibly more depending on your tea bag size that you're wanting to use. So I liked these little projects. They were so fun to make, and what a fun way to use up this printable. Okay, then I was like, all right, that's enough. Let's get back to the cards, because that's the fun part. Well, I had me another challenge in mind. Crafty Al, as a member of her YouTube channel, was putting out a mystery card event for certain levels of her YouTube membership. And as it turns out, the mystery card was the August sheet load. So we got to do that at the end of July. While I didn't craft during that particular member live, I jotted down the measurements and went back to it. And then when I found out that it was the actual sheet load for August, I thought great, because I had already downloaded the sheet load information. So here we go. Here is my card to help represent not just the mystery challenge as a Call Me Crafty Al YouTube subscriber membership subscriber, aka I pay a little. You know what I mean? Okay. I used the printable. What I had left over was a section of this green paper, so I just cut it accordingly to make a square, and then cut the square down into 4s, so you have a continuous pattern. I believe the sheet load actually called to use 2 different patterns. Hey, you do you. I mean, what a great way to use papers in your stash, which I had already printed. I love the little honey pot and the lavender flowers that aren't lavender because everything is green. A little honey, look, a little honey, a lot of love. Whoop. And then I added the honey colored embellishments to help bring in that honey tone a little bit and craft cardstock. So yes, this is an artist square size, aka a 4 1/4 inch size square card base, but hey, it still stands like normal. Okay, next one. This one, probably the most wild and out there one that there is, but that's okay. I didn't have any lavender in my stash for embossing folders or papers or anything like that. So I know bees also like flowers just like they love lavender. So I went in with my sunflower embossing folder that I have from Stampin' Up. I don't think that that one is currently available, but maybe you have something floral in your stash. Put that as a background, rub some spiced marmalade ink across the top there to help bring out some of the details because it is a 3D embossing folder, so there are various different levels. This came from part of the paper pad. If I'm correct, I believe it just was a continuation up from there. Sentiment from the sentiment pad that came in the kit that released earlier this month. And then there was the little ephemera piece I used from the one printout I showed earlier. Now this wood piece, I just wanted to share with you how digitals can work with digitals, baby. Okay, this one is the digital wood grain paper that is available from Mindless Crafting. It is probably my most go-to used digital set because it's wood grain and there are several different colors that are available, and I had some left over in my stash for a card that wasn't working out for Craft Roulette. Well, I was able to cut that down and use that for a piece because I also used a sketch from Cards TV with Mary at her blog spot. This is sketch number 81. I think it worked out pretty good there. But it was this whiter color and it was blending in just a little smidge too much, so I took what was left on my ink blending brush. I chose to use the mini dauber size this time. And whatever was left, I lightly went over it. So it started this color and ended this purple, light lavender color. So I thought, hey, that matches nicely. There is, I believe, a lavender color in this digital file, but I didn't think about it because I was using what was in my stash. And there's that fun shimmer paper. Now, I had printed out with the card kit with the earlier month's release in purple, but it didn't have any of that left. And I didn't feel like, at the time, printing out more. So, as a reminder, that shimmer paper is really nice. There we go, use that ink blended around, and I get a similar effect as well. Probably should have printed off another one, but hey, what do you know? Okay, here we go. I was using the card sketches again. So, Cards TV by Mary, sketch number 9. Is how she has it this way. I turned it this way due to one of the cutouts that were on the page that I printed out. This was a rather larger one, and I liked how it kind of grid-like worked out. I believe my crafty friend Reagan did a very similar grid with one of her card kits for the lovely lavender. So I hope you get the chance to check her channel out as well. Lovely green paper edged around that. I kind of am digging this ink edging kind of thing, so I played into it. And I actually did a colored card base this time. Found in my stash an old Spellbinders one before they redid their cardstock color line. So I'm like, well, it's now or never pretty much, right? So there we go. And it went wonderfully. Buzzing by to say hello because there's a little right there. Put the jemmies as if it were like a flight path. And then the background there, I was starting to run low on my darker purple cardstock. Could I have ink blended? Sure. Could I have used an alcohol marker? Sure, if I had a purple. I didn't. So I used those sticker sheets again that I had in my stash. This is where the purple came in this kind of woven type pattern, because the size worked out really well for this one and another one coming up. So yes, you can't see the pattern in there, but the coloring was what I needed to boost that up, to help coordinate with what was going on down here. So I think this will make a great, while empty on the inside for now. Buzzing by to say hello. What would I say hello for? A happy birthday? A thinking of you? Who knows? But quite good, right? Okay, here we go. I was inspired by sketch number 3. Again, Cards TV with Mary. This is how she had it listed. I moved it a little bit this way. So not keeping to the sketch directly, but it certainly gave me a wonderful jumping off point. Used a bit of the paper there. Let's see, like this one and this one here. I think this paper might have gone somewhere in this direction. Either way, it works. And then there's that fun lavender one, wrapped in love and lavender. Sorry, I was out of screen there. I took some light purple hearts from that purpley cardstock that I had right there with I'm sure you probably have lots of little hearts in your stash, and then just ink blended right around the edges. Now in the beginning when I was making the cards, I liked just with my good old-fashioned pair of scissors just to stress the edges of that right over my garbage can. It got kind of textured, if you could feel it. Adds kind of that faux depth, if you will, and then ink blended it. And so I like how that came out. Simple but nice. And a shout out to my crafty friend Barbara. She probably will also have a video as well, so I hope you get the chance to check her out. She sent me a birthday card back in June there with some extra little fun goodies on the inside, and Barbara, thank you. I got to use one of those goodies on the inside of this card, so yay! What a wonderful twofer that felt like to me. Okay, and the last card that I made with this postage printable, yes, you guessed it, I used a sketch once again, number 8. There's her blog spot. I'll make sure to put it down for you below. Mary is so kind to provide these 91 sketches, I believe, so far, all for free. And I think number 8 is one of her favorites, so I hope you get the chance to check this one out, whether it be this orientation or this orientation, which I went for. I was inspired by, but didn't do exactly because, well, I was getting down to the end of my papers and I needed to see what I could do. This gingham paper and the polka dot paper are from this sticker pack. Here's that last little strip that I used of the green, but still had some extras left over. Wasn't sitting quite right, so I did 2 squares of the purple, ink blended around, and offset them. I think that gives it a nice, fun, geometric type look, but pulls in the balance of the card very nicely. So, be kind, be happy, but most importantly, be crafty. I mean, that's why you're here, right? Let's get crafty. And I got to use, finally, this green color from my Love from Lizzie strips. I used the large, the medium, and the small, so they're graduating up or graduating down, depending how you're probably looking at the card. So I thought the dark green paired really nicely because I don't have any purple Love from Lizzie strips in my stash. The silver didn't look good. The gold was okay, but it did kind of blend in a little bit, and I thought the green was a nice striking contrast to pair, since there's green up here, there's green around the edges. It's not very green in the photo, but your mind kind of tells you it's a plant, therefore there's some green somewhere. So I thought that paired really well together, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I hope you liked all these projects, maybe feel inspired. If you like the printable, there are 2 other pages available with the postage printable that perhaps you might like. I used excuse me, I used 2 out of the 3 because I did print a whole page of this one because it basically printed it twice in that sense because I really liked that one. But I really liked the cutout images that were on, that had this one on it. So I hope you get the chance to check that out. Feel inspired, and if you do want to check out this postage printable, I will provide my affiliate link down below. Please note it is an affiliate link, so if you do make a purchase, I might get a small commission after your purchase, and thank you in advance if you should do so. And the best part is, it's not just my affiliate link. Oh, you could use this. The coupon code Kamado_creations for 10% off your purchase of this kit, this postage printable, lovely Lavender, or any other postage printable or card kit available on the LV Handcrafted website. I'll make sure to provide all the links down below in the description box for you. If you have any questions about this printable, any of the projects that I made, or just even want to say hi, do let me know in the comments below, and as always, I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye!